Hey guys, what's cracking? Godsman here, coming at you with another fight night, and it's a V Revival fight night again, and yet again, we've got another clash between Dragon Empire units. Kind of funny that, you know, if I had a nickel for every time the Dragon Empire units would fight each other, we'd have 2 nickels. It's weird that it happened twice. Today, we've got ourselves a clash between 2, I guess you would say, entities of opposite. A very ferocious deck and a very sneaky deck. Now, over in the red corner, wearing the red gloves, we've got Zenon, the master of all things Tachikaze. How are we doing, my boy?
I'm doing great. Excited to show off the new power of these ferocious beasts. And ready to rip and tear whatever Nabs throws my way.
Oh, yeah. And over on the other end of the spectrum, we've got the blue gloves being wielded by once more Nabs-kun, this time taking Yasuie up to the plate. How are we doing?
I only have one thing to say to you, Zenon. There is no gimmick. Die!
Divine skill activate. That's great. Alrighty then. Well, like he said, no more gimmick, just die. Let's begin, fellas. Let's cast that die and have ourselves a good one. We ready to begin?
Hell yeah.
Alright then, say it with me. Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up, my Vanguard.
Ninki. Attack ni Raido. Kira 発動。山形上から5枚を見て、グレード3のカードを1体手札に加える。I add one-eyed Yugioh. Energy generator!
Set!
And I end my turn.
Stand and draw. From my hand, I ride Freezing Dragon Freezernix. Minimum Carno skill activates first. Draw a card, and I gain the Quick Shield to my hand. Then, my own energy generator is set to the field. Since I went second, I energy charge 3, and furthermore after that, Freezernix's effect activates. When placed on the Vanguard circle, I look at the top 7 cards of my deck, and add either Emperor Dragon Gaia Emperor or Being Dragon Epatamazer to my hand.
Classic V-Series right now.
I'll add the great veteran of Tachikaze, Teiryu Gaia ni Emperor to my hand.
Oh, rip and tear until it is done, my friend.
And now, we'll go on the offensive. Calling Freezernix to the rear guard circle behind my Vanguard, and Blue Sprint to the front row.
He did not waste any time throwing down some rear guards there. It's only the first turn, he's already got 3 units on board. Oh boy.
Blue Sprint will attack your Vanguard. With the effect of Blue Sprint, it places an equip gauge onto itself from the top of my deck. If Blue Sprint's able to last out for longer in this turn, this will come up useful.
That's a surprise and I'll help you later, haha!
The Gauge mechanic. It's a mechanic first introduced in V-Series, allowing you to equip cards from a variety of places, most prominently the deck and drop zone, in order to empower your Tachikaze rear guards with additional skills. It's a fairly versatile, albeit quite aggressive and resource-consuming mechanic, perfect for a voracious deck like this.
No guard.
So this is so you... Oh, okay.
Already on the no guard. Ooh.
Part of my Vanguard.
In the channel team, we call that brand.
Ah, damn it. I forgot about that. You horrified me.
And now I swing for 16 on the Vanguard. I do require 1 trigger to hit.
No guard.
He's taking the risk. Ah, a Epatamazer. It may have not broken through, but Zenon did manage to snag the grade 2 that his ride line was attempting to get earlier, so he's now completed the trifecta.
Over to you.
Alright, at the beginning of my right face, I energy charge 3. Then I draw. Boop. I actually have to draw first. Shut up, Zenon. Right?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
He's like, I wasn't gonna say anything. Yes, you were.
I thought I could hear it. Yes, you are. Then I swing 17 on Blue Sprint.
Ooh, another new card. More of that in a moment.
You're going for damage now, huh?
I saw that, a Patamazer.
I'll no guard then. Go ahead.
Give me a draw trigger, please. Nope, that's fine.
Right, cool. What's especially unfortunate about that is that Blue Sprint has an effect when retired by a card ability to call an equip gauge, but as this wasn't retired by a card ability, no dice. It's a waste of a card.
It is.
No, damn it. I mean, retired.
That's a lot of damage.
My poor boy has been devoured.
This is the cycle of life.
And
It's not.
at the start of my ride phase, I energy charge 3. And now, I discard from my hand Savage Whacker. With her effect, I look at the top 5 cards of my deck for any grade 2 or less card.
Survey says...
I add Charging Dragon, Collision Dragon, charging Pachycephalo.
Ooh, alright. Yet another new card. Good stuff.
Shuffling the deck and adding it to my hand. Am I gonna do it like this or that? We're going to ride Heavy Bullet Dragon Diablo Cannon. This guy does not unfortunately have a skill that is active while on the Vanguard circle. So if another one comes up later, we'll see how that goes.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna swing at your Vanguard for 17.
No guard.
Drive check!
Oh.
Heal trigger. Unfortunately, there's no damage to heal.
Damage
Ouch.
check. Critical trigger.
Both players having a wasted heal trigger. Very apropos.
Alright, and I'll pass the turn over to you.
Stand, and I draw.
With the exception of the first turn, it's been a relatively quiet bout so far. Not too much aggression here, but we're going to begin riding to grade 3. That should scale things up.
No, Dan. I ride. Within the blades of darkness lies a gateway to hell. I ride. Stealth rogue of trial. Yasuie.
Alright, Yasuie. What does this card do?
Imaginary gift. Excel 2. Furthermore, I activate the skill of Stealth Dragon Onibayashi by revealing Yugioh from my hand. I search my deck for a Yugioh and call it.
Classic. The Murakumo shadow cloning technique. One Yugioh comes to Yugioh.
Then I activate the skill of Yasuie. Soul plus 1. I will call Frightsicle from my hand. Then I will choose Frightsicle. Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Oh, Shadow don't even have hand signs. He just does this. He just does this.
With the skill of Takehime, I counter plus 1, choosing one of my rear guards to call from the deck. I choose Frightsicle. Call.
Drop zone.
A drop zone? Oh. It's good. Ah, okay, yeah, so I can't do that. Boop. Boop. Alright, so no CB then.
Alright.
Fine, however, because you're still a bitch to me. I call Yugioh. Then I call Frightsicle.
Jesus, I am seeing double and triple. Everywhere I see, it's sickles and giants.
Then I activate the skill
Did
of
Naps just drop a whole bunch of mirrors all over the place?
Ah, yes, the beauty of this deck.
I put from my hand. I put a card from hand to the bottom of my deck to draw a card. Yasuie gains a skill. It's a ferocious one. When an attack does not hit, I get to call a card from my deck.
And that can activate as long as he keeps having Counterblast to pay for it over and over and over again.
This Fright will swing at your Vanguard for 19.
19.
And if I recall correctly, that Fright was placed by the ability of Yasuie.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to guard with my Indomitable Dragon Tenacitops here.
Ooh.
Activate skill. My Vanguard gains 10,000 power for the duration of this turn.
We've seen it before, folks. This is a really great early rush, or rather anti-early rush tool. Although, this does trigger Yasuie's skill. Because that card did not hit and it was called by Yasuie's primary skill, it can return to the hand if Nap so wishes.
Oh yeah, let's see. Do I want to return it to hand? Yeah, I'm going to return that to hand. And his end of battle skill still activates.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in other words, it's just a pure benefit now. Very well designed.
I can actually do that.
And now Yasuie's Shadow Stitch. Because the attack did not hit, here comes yet another Frightsicle.
Alright, then I activate Frightsicle's ability to draw from deck. Okay, yeah, that works out. Yep. Next up, I swing 19 on Vanguard.
It's like he just replayed that first attack.
Damage check. No trigger.
Goes to the bottom, and because it was placed by a card ability, I draw. Then I swing 21 on Van.
No guard. Damage check.
No dice once
No
more.
trigger.
Now I swing 20k Vanguard.
Reminder for the audience out there watching, that previous Frightsicle, even though it didn't get him a draw, it still has to bot deck if it gets the power. Sometimes though, the aggression is worth it.
Yep.
But there's more to it than that.
20k to that. No guard.
Ooh.
And first. Second. Draw trigger. I'll give power to Frightsicle. Here we go.
Alright. No criticals. Perhaps his opponent should be counting himself lucky. Or perhaps he's still ruse having to fight down this deck while going second.
Damage check.
Again, no
No
dice.
trigger.
The RNG gods are not kind to Xenon so far.
Alright. This will swing for 36k Vanguard.
Once more. No guard. Damage check.
Ooh. And a wasted critical to top off that crap Sunday.
As you all recall, this card was placed from hand, not from deck. However, it still counts as being placed by an ability because this Yasuie called it from hand. Therefore, I draw.
And if that wasn't enough, as it gets bot decked, it also then means that it can have more copies of itself in the deck to be called off of Yasuie's Shadow Stitch that ever arrived. But Xenon managed to avoid that risk by sandbagging a lot of damage in the early turns here. It did effectively invalidate that skill, but at the same time, it also put him to 4 versus the opponent who's only at 2. It's a risky play, but it's one he had to make.
Stand.
And draw.
And I draw.
What about it? What you gonna do, bud?
Put him up. Wanna fight
The
for it?
great emperor descends into a frenzied madness, devouring everything in its path. I ride Frenzy Emperor Dragon, Gaia Desperado, No, this card did not have any additional arts. We did just have to reuse an old Gaia art. Please do not hate us.
It's still beautiful.
Imaginary Gift, Axtel 2. Drawing one card.
Oh, I wonder which Gaia is that?
The right one.
Actually, Gaia actually got an alternate art, so if you want to use that one. It's what would have been his rank reward fight.
Ah.
It's the one from History Collection. They actually were kind enough to give him an alternate art.
So now, with Desperado skill activates, I Soul Blast 1, choose a card from my hand to call down to the rearguard circle, and then the unit called by his ability gets the effect when retired, I draw a card.
Alright.
Like it was the other Dragon Empire v Dragon Empire matchup, these two units complement each other. They have very similar Strider skills, so to speak.
I'm going to call
But I'm better.
Heavy Bullet Dragon Diablo Cannon.
Ah, he reemerges.
Activated. And then when this unit is placed as a rearguard circle, I equip it from the top card of my deck, and I gain 3k power.
Locked and loaded.
Magic
So
numbers!
this means it gets to hit a 12k Vanguard just right.
When fighting a fellow Excel deck, the numbers are all on an even playing field.
I'm going to call a Patamator to the Excel marker. And I call Heavy Bullet Dragon Diablo Cannon to the rear guard. Once again, I equip it with an equip gauge.
Are you sure you're not playing Murakumo?
I will admit, I had 3 copies of this guy in my hand. At one point.
Nothing ever stays in the hand for long with Tachis.
No.
Okay. Another equip gauge, another 3,000 power, another 12k attacker. Everything here can currently hit, so there's no safety on Navs' part. But something tells me he's not done putting in Occupado spots on this board.
Charging Pachycephalo to the rearguard circle. And with its skill, I choose a card from my hand to place as an equip gauge to it. Since my Vanguard is Gaia, I draw 1 card. And for an additional cost of 1 counterblast, I can draw an additional card.
Nice. He got that card advantage on the double.
On the double.
Still got one more spot left out there, my boy. Something tells me you don't want to leave it cold and lonely.
I'm going to counterblast 1, choosing a card from my hand to place down as an equip gauge onto a Patamator.
Ah. The Emperor now uses his skill. Counterblasting 1, engaging a card from the hand to draw, and it gets a couple of devastating skills.
So I draw 1, and now all of my units with an equip gauge on the board gain additional 2k power for each grade of your Vanguard.
That's a grade 3. If there was ever a benefit for having to go second, it would be that. That's a massive power up to all these units. Locked and loaded.
Actually, this thing's gonna get plus 6 from Gaia, plus 5 from its own skill, and plus 5 from the Axel.
A Patamator.
So it is
a big good boy.
Beef. This thing is a beef.
Man, he's a double whopper combo, my guy. He's just
also,
juicy.
Gaia has its own skill. But that'll come up later. For now, this Diablo Cannon will attack your Vanguard with a soul power of 18k.
Battle die.
Double.
Next, a Patamazer will swing, activating its own effect, for the cost of a counterblast and a soul blast. As long as I have not called a rear guard during this battle phase, I can retire one of my rear guards and look at the top 5 cards of my deck, choosing 2 cards from among them. One said card will be called, the other said card will be equipped as an equip gauge to the called card. Ooh, that's nice. Hold on. Oh, that's nice! Oh, that's nice!
Oh, what did you get, my boy? Ooh, calling a blue sprint, but...
Shuffle the deck. So now, yeah, this thing is swinging at you for 25 on the Vanguard.
And if that wasn't enough, that was the card called from Gaia's skill, so he can even get a draw from it. A nice combo.
Oh, yes. I do get to draw off as well.
I will take this damage check.
No trigger there,
And
just a
this
Takahime.
additional 6k power. Now Blue Sprint will march forward on its attack, activating his own ability. I'll place an equip gauge onto the rear guard circle, the Frigionex behind my Vanguard.
Indeed. One of the versatile elements of Blue Sprint is that it can choose any of the rear guards to get an equip gauge. And now because of that Frigionex also benefits from Gaia Emperors or Gaia Desperados plus 6k bonus. Everything's just getting locked and loaded.
Did you counter charge of Frigionex yet?
I mean, it's a once per turn. I'm going to retire more, but I can just do it right now.
Yeah, I was just asking.
Countercharging off the skill of Frigionex for the retire, very nice.
And then
you
this
forget
Frigionex
5K.
also activates gain 5k.
I will damage check. No trigger.
Wow.
Very good.
Just like
where'd
his
my-
opponent, he's not getting defensives. You're both playing a pretty pretty dry game there.
Where's
Diablo
my-
Cannon will then make its next attack. Activating its effect, I retire Blue Sprint from the rear guard. He gains a skill that'll come up later. Alright.
Oh.
And then Blue Sprint calls Savage Whacker from the to the rear guard circle and graces it with an equip gauge.
Whew. And because of that, we know what that means. Power to Whacker as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just more power-ups, power-ups, power-ups. Gaia plays it straight and simple, but it's so aggressive.
Gaia buff, power ups, power ups, power ups.
Reese's
And next-
plus, Reese's plus.
The
I
Great
thought-
Emperor makes his move.
He marches.
With its effect, I retire the Diablo Cannon on my rear guard circle. I get to choose one of your columns and burn everything in it.
Okay.
I'll retire this Neoto.
Alright. Bet.
Devour him all.
And now, with the effect of Diablo Cannon retired by my Gaia, I get to Energy Blast 3. Hold on, I should have actually... I should stay at 6, because I didn't have his card. And I return this card to the rear guard. Once again, with his ability, I place an equip gauge onto him.
And it gets 3,000 power combined with 6,000 for Gaia Emperors, so effectively, it's brand good looking new.
Alright.
This attack is coming at you for 31k.
Ooh, so close to a magic number.
Vanguard!
Oh wait, hold on! I just read, Gaia also gets this power, so this attack is coming at you for 37.
Yeah, it hit the magic numbers.
Oh, it did hit the magic numbers, let's go.
Alright then. Twin Drive. First check.
Ooh, critical
Critical
trigger.
trigger.
Yum, yum.
All effects to Diablo Cannon. And the second check.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It may not be a trigger, but that's an interesting card to draw at this stage of the game.
Next, Savage Whacker boosted by Hatsucephala will attack your Vanguard. Savage Whacker skill, when it attacks while boosted, and I Soul Blast 1 and choose to place an equip gauge onto one of my rear guards. That unit then gains an additional 5k power for each of its own equip gauges.
With 2 equip gauges, that's another 10,000 on a unit that's double critical.
Well, who said anything about that unit?
Oh!
By placing it onto
Freezer Nix! It can then get the 6,000 for Gaia! Oh, that's genius!
1 extra K power.
Wait, and because of that, the numbers are now magical again. 25,000 is going to be supporting 28. Or 28, yeah, 28. So that means you're going to be getting a grand total of 53,000 with the critical on Yasuie.
And then, so this attack is coming at you for 15 boosted by 14, 29.
I don't got it. Damage check. Heal trigger. I do heal. Part of my Vanguard.
Yeah.
Alright. Skill of Hatsucephala activates. At the end of the battle, it attacks are boosted. I get to place its equip gauge onto the bottom of the deck and grace one of my rear guards an additional 5k power.
And I think I know who that is.
Next, March! Heavy Bullet Dragon Diablo Cannon boosted by Friesenix attacks your Vanguard.
58,000.
57,000.
Oh!
Colectio! Scatter like the cherry blossoms in spring. Quintet Wall! Love Holic Stealth Broke. Tamanui! I check the top 5 cards of my deck.
By counterblasting 1. Here it is.
I call everything!
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
and 5.
5. And then the additional skill of Tamanui. With its skill, for every 2 cards in the damage zone, Tamanui herself is going to gain an extra 5,000 shield. And the Guardians get an effect where they get to bot deck themselves instead of going to the drop zone after you retire from the Guardian Circle. So, in which case, why not call everything, eh, Naps?
Yep. How much is your Diablo Cannon?
It is 57k to critical.
Pales in comparison to Yasue's power, which is now up to 87,000.
Yep. Tamanui goes to the drop, and everything goes to the bottom of my deck.
Wow. What a reveal for that quintet wall. Holy crap.
Did you pay the Soul Blast for that?
I don't need to Soul Blast. Oh wait, hold on, did I? Let me check. Yeah, I do need to Soul Blast. It's not Soul Blast. Ah, yeah, so it's like the original one.
He held off that offense, but what a savage turn from Tachi's. Oh, you had a feeding frenzy on that one, my guy. Just numbers left and right, up, down.
I'm pretty sure, obviously another Sentinel would have staved it off, but if it being a quintet will also allow them to just grab out, and that is an insane quintet wall if I've ever seen it.
That's a strong one right there. A lot of the quintet walls bring in their own unique benefits to the clan. This one doesn't present too much benefits that are like X Factory, but in terms of just being a rock quintet wall, it's arguably one of the best.
Stand, and I draw. Beginning on my right face, I Soul Blast.
Being able...
Calling down Tricycle.
And getting an energy charge while he's at it too. He's building.
If it's skill, I search my deck for a Frightsicle and call it
Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Shadow Clone Jutsu! Yeah, I'm gonna call this here. And then Persona Ride! Stealth broke of the trial. Yasuie! Imaginary gift. XL2. Drawing a card.
You don't have any units that retire, correct?
No.
Or remove card? Nah. Quite some.
I activate Takihime's skill, counter +1. Calling back the Yugioh you retired last turn.
He can't retire cards, but he can call back retired cards.
Next up, I activate Yasuie's effect again.
Soul blasting the other copy of Yasuie from before.
This time, I'm gonna call Drenched Serpent. Search my deck for another Drenched Serpent and call her.
Oh, fascinating play on Navs' part, calling down a draw trigger. It has very little power at its disposal, but it has a very strong effect.
I move Drenched Serpent to the soul, giving 3,000 to this Frightsicle at my Axel Circle. And because no other Drenched Serpent was put into my soul this turn, I draw. Actually, let me put the one on this one. Yeah. I draw. Up. Next up, I'm going to put this. I'm going to Energy Blast 7 and draw a card. Perfect. I move. Call Onibayashi. I move this Drenched Serpent to Soul, giving 3,000 to this Frightsicle. Then I call Stealth Broker to trial Yasuie.
All right, no vacancy sign in effect once more. We've got a full showcase of the different rogues that this clan has to offer.
And then finally, by moving Clock from my hand to Soul, I get to draw a card, giving Yasuie a secondary ability.
And because that's a trigger that's being put to the bottom of the deck there, he does technically replenish one trigger to that deck. A sneaky little hidden benefit of that axe skill.
I retire Takihime and call down Onibayashi.
Oh!
Frightsicle attacks the Vanguard for 22.
It begins.
Ooh, that is a magic number you got there, my friend.
Thanks to the power of Drenched Serpent.
Damage check. No trigger.
Frightsicle goes to the bottom of my deck. And I draw.
That was definitely the worst one to no guard. You no guard the one with on the open board, and then you just take the other one.
Next up, boosted by Yugioh. I swing. This is 23. No, it's 12, 20, 25 on Van.
12 and then...
Isn't it 29?
12 boosted by 12 for 24, and Frightsicle skill gives it an extra 5,000 power for 29 total.
Yep, 29.
As much as I would love this game, you know what? 2 CB.
With 2 Counterblast open, that's an extra 2 instances of Yasuie's skill to call another card from the deck. He's in a tight spot here. This is exactly where Murakumo and the Shadow Stitch Ninjas want their opponent to be at.
I guard and intercept is the pattern answer.
He holds on.
I'll activate the skill of Onibayashi. I'll bot deck Takihime. As well as Nudo. To give himself 6,000 power.
Alright.
Then, CB1. Search my deck for a Frightsicle to call.
And if that wasn't enough, the original Frightsicle is going to bot deck itself afterwards, meaning that if the next Frightsicle doesn't hit, they can loop each other back.
And I draw. Onibayashi activates again. I'll bot deck a Takihime.
Wouldn't this one activate before the Frightsicle activates?
Yeah, true. So I'll activate that later then. Swing. 26 on Van.
I would use some Vanguard now.
Hmm. $26. After it, there's 1, 2, 3, and with Shadow Stitch, 4 other attacks to guard. So 5 attacks total here.
I will guard this attack. The Sentinel Fortress Ammonite. Discarding Gaia Desperado.
Twin Drive. First check. No trigger. Second check. Critical trigger.
He got one.
I'll give all effects to Stealth Rogue the trial. 26. Yeah. Now, Onibayashi's effect again.
Bot decking 2 normal units. After all, it's any other unit that doesn't hit. That can include the Vanguard. Four cards in hand. There's Ammonite in the drop zone there. This is tight.
I swing. 27k Vanguard.
7k to crit.
Yep.
Guard. And I intercept again.
Okay, offering up
7.
20k shield. Whew. You're still hanging in there, Zenon.
I won't give up yet.
It would demean your position as Emperor.
19 Vanguard.
19.
Guard for with a grade 1 for 22.
Alright. Then I swing. 26 on Ben. Actually, the one. Let me check how many Frightsicles I have left, because I wasn't sure how many I had. I believe
Can you just put one back in the deck?
The on hit timing of it is bad there, because the on hit needs to activate first, or the doesn't hit, I should say, and then Frightsicle would activate at end of battle. So he would need to Superior Call Frightsicle before this one bot decks itself.
Yeah. So call. Then bot deck, can I draw?
Okay. 2 attacks left. Zenon's only got 2 cards in intercept. Can he do it?
19 on Ven. Oh, that's the wrong card. 19 on Ven.
I intercept.
And use
Guard with the quick shield from my hand.
Ooh.
This goes to the bottom.
And another draw. Frightsicle is Yasuie's best friend.
Then I swing. 26 Vanguard.
And I guard with Indomitable Dragon Tenacitops.
And with the last card in his hand, he managed to stave off that blitzing offense there. But he's got no cards in hand and only 3 cards on the field. It's not much of a setup, but maybe the Emperor can still make a comeback. But Adams has 10 cards in his hand and there's still 2 damage to go. It's not looking good for Gaia.
At any half turn, I have 5 regards, so Yugioh goes to Soul Knight, draw a card. 11.
11 cards in hand. You sure showed me.
And I draw.
Draw good? Oh, cue the 5Ds music.
Let the voice of love. Wait, no.
Okay. My problem is I have a different approach. First, activating the skill of my
You can activate.
You can't activate
I
Gaia
do not have
Emperor.
the soul to activate.
Yeah.
I do not. I do not have the soul to activate Gaia Desperado. CB1 to draw 2.
Alright. From 1 there or 2.
I'm gonna move this guy forward.
Forward march.
Then we're going to call Gaia Desperado to the rearguard circle. And with his own skill, Counterblast, placing this card face down as an equip gauge. I draw a card to gain the skill. Call Carry Trilobite. With its skill, it moves to Soul, granting
Let's see.
yeah, actually hold on, before I do that.
It gives 3k in a draw,
I
but
do-
this math becomes complicated because of Gaia Desperado's skill to give 6k to itself and everything with an equip gauge, aka the whole board.
Energy Blast 7 to draw a card. Well, okay. Guess that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Oh well. So we're
Let's
gonna call Savage Aggressor here, Trilobite here, move it to the Soul, giving 3k power to Friesenix.
Okay. And with the 6k power, Friesenix is looking at 17k power, which is a good number against Yasuie. Alright. The Dino army is powering up. With Trilobite's extra skill, there's another draw to be in store. Perhaps
There
our
is.
boy can snag something good here?
And do we go into the final march? For all of the glory?
Ah! Everything on the board. This is the final turn.
Gaia Desperado attacks your Vanguard for 23,000.
Let's see. I will take this damage check. Critical trigger, part of my Vanguard. That's the one I put back.
To think it would come back later to haunt him.
Maybe I should have switched around my placements. We'll swing with Vanguard. Activating his skill. Retiring Gaia Desperado on the axial circle. To retire this Onabiyashi.
Mm-hmm.
This will attack Vanguard for 18. Oh, this also gets 5k power, and this also gets 5k power.
And a counter charge to boot, because why the heck not?
Alright, so you're retiring which one again?
Dion here.
Gotcha. Fine then. What is 17 more years? I can always start over. Like another kid.
Why are we making Omni-Man quotes, my guy?
19. Oh, this actually. Oh yeah, no, this does hit magic numbers perfectly. This is 18 boosted by 19, 37k to the Vanguard.
Alright.
Let's go.
I'll perfect guard. Discarding this guy.
Yeah, you have it now. And with 2 sentinels existing in the drop zone, that should be more than enough to guard the rest of my attacks. Twin Drive. First check, no trigger. Second check, draw trigger. All effects go to my Pachycephalo on the rear guard, and I draw.
It's something, at least.
Next, Pachycephalo will attack boosted by Ethereal Dragon Flint Ankylo. This attack is coming at you for 28,000.
In this moment, by removing Leaves Mirage from my drop zone, Shizune will call itself as a 22k shield, as a 20k shield card. So this is 42k total.
Alright, using Festival Collection PG. Very nice.
And next, charging Pachycephalo will activate its effect, spot checking its equip gauge to give 5k power over to Rick. PG. And next, Friezenix will attack the Vanguard, boosted by Savage Aggressor. This attack is coming at you for 32k.
It's more.
Once more, removing Tamanoi from my drop this time. Shizune, guards!
His hand hardly changed through that entire battle phase. Wow. Well then.
That one defense, that defense did help a lot. I
salute you, sir. Men. Salute.
Then, and I draw! At the beginning of my right face, Soul Blast 1. I call Frightstickle from my hand. Searching my deck for the Frightstickle. And Superior Call it.
Surely, 99% of the power of the Fellowship of the Ring was Yasuie and Frightstickle.
Next up, Persona Ride! Again!
And again!
And again!
Imaginary Gift. Excel 2.
It's that moment where Kai just keeps drawing into the grate.
Draw. Then, I Soul Blast. Calling once more Frightsicle.
Don't tell me.
Then, I choose Onibayashi, searching my deck for Onibayashi and call it.
I was about to say, 4 Frightsicle, no way. The prophecy.
The prophecy. Then.
I was just gonna call the last one from hand.
The last one's in my deck. Checking the top 5. Grab Yasui and discard him. Swap.
Swapping the positions of One-Eyed Yugioh and Onibayashi.
Then I call Onibayashi. Activate Yasui's effect. I'll put Kumadori Dope on the bottom of my deck. Shimaidoro.
Ooh, putting in. So now he's got Onibayashi, Yasue, and Yashibayashi. The trifecta is here. To think I would say that twice in this game.
19, Vanguard.
No. No.
And an anime finish to end it off on. Well, a valiant game, both of you. Definitely a battle between two decks that embody that aggressive playstyle. Just attack again, and again, and again, and again. But doing it through very, very different methods. One having a much more resource conservative aspect with a lot of hits on hits kind of chicanery to it, whereas the other one is just power, turbo, lock in. And honestly, it's refreshing to see a match between these two very, very vicious circuits going against each other. Honestly, I have no complaints about this one. Fellas, it was a great fight. And having said that, look forward to the next fight next time here. Not going to say who's going to be up on the chopping block. That's going to be a surprise as always. But in the meantime, if you're looking for other fight nights like this, we've got a playlist down the channel below. Or you can go ahead and check out my other Vanguard content. Top 10s, discussions, anime reactions, the whole shebang. So check them out. If you like what you see, consider leaving a subscribe and notification bell for next time I upload a video. And with that said, take care. God bless.
See you next time. Bye!
Later, everybody.